Welcome to Agrivisions, a program of First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michelle Rook, back with Nate Franzén, President of the Agribusiness Division. So Nate, at the January meeting, the Fed left interest rates unchanged. So did they take a pause to wait to see what happens with the Trump administration, especially regarding tariffs?
I think that's part of it, Michelle. The market expected them to leave rates steady at this meeting, so there was really no big surprises with that. I think they were going to do that irregardless of Trump policy. But, certainly as we look forward, and I think Chair Powell alluded to some of this in his post-meeting press conference, that they have to monitor all of those things going forward, and they're going to be very dependent on significant moves on inflation numbers and labor numbers. So I think we're in a standstill type environment here with a lot of unknowns because of a lot of the volatility in the market and a lot of the talk of the current administration, whether it be tariffs, tax cuts, lots of things in play here that could affect inflation and labor. And so the Fed's job will be to monitor that and react accordingly once they know the numbers for certain.
And what is the market telling us about future cuts?
Yeah, so kind of interesting. The market going into this year had been kind of predicting 3 rate cuts in 2025, and we've already seen that back off. Now you're seeing the market predict maybe 1 or 2 cuts, which I tend to buy into. Looks and feels to me like an environment where there's still some inflation risk, especially if some of these policies get pushed to an aggressive level. So they need to kind of thread that needle and be careful not to lower rates too fast to fuel problematic inflation. So they're going to have to really sit and watch and pay attention and look at the data like always, but also kind of monitor policy and trade activity to manage this. As a bank, we actually ran a scenario in our budget this year with no rate cuts. I think we'll get 1 or 2, but it's very possible we sit here a little longer just because of all this uncertainty we're talking about.
Thanks for the update, Nate Franzén with First Dakota National Bank and today's Agrivisions.